And we are back. First round back nine footage of the 2021 Lord of the Flings at Blue Lake Disc Golf Course. It is us back in the booth again. My name is Chris Nelson, joined by DJ Herrington.
Hello, everyone.
Coverage sponsors, of course, friends at Flight Towel, Upper Park Disc Golf, and Resistance Discs. So through the front nine, slow start for myself. At 3 down, everybody else kind of getting things rolling here. A couple fives, and Jason Hardin at 7. Hole 10, 10 feet. But for most righties, if you have the forehand, that's what you're going to be throwing. OB.
Yeah, so we're getting the catch cam angle on this one because the basket's blind from the tee.
Mm-hmm. That was a pretty textbook shot from Taylor. That's what you're looking for. Kind of just skip it a little short of the basket. There is a little water hole right behind the basket, maybe 8 feet. So.
Yeah, it sits right there on the edge. A good shot from Andrew as well. Jason getting to play the righty or the lefty backhand hyzer. Needs to sit. Oh, and it goes down the hill, out of bounds.
Just barely, but again, kind of like hole 4, you'll be taking a really easy circle 3 from there. So.
Yeah, easy par when you go out of bounds within, 12 feet of the basket. Here you are, a little bit of a death putt. Can it from circle's edge.
Yeah, inside, little bit of a death putt for sure. That backside is always looming, but you kind of have a little more leeway. Andrew. Should be no problem from about 12, 15 feet.
Yeah, and you guys are starting to heat up now. You and Andrew both have 3 and 4 in a row, and make that you, Andrew, and Taylor all have 4 in a row right now. So really getting into a rhythm here as we head into the back nine.
Taylor Coulam color commentary, but he said 4 in a row for myself, Andrew, and Taylor. Trying to close that gap on Jason. Here we go, headed into hole 11.
And this is definitely one of the hardest holes on the course. Maybe not the tee shot, but the second shot is pretty dangerous. That looks like an ideal spot from TC there.
Tee shot, super important here. The angle, if you want to get the birdie on this hole, is really precise, depending on where your tee shot lands. Andrews was pretty ideal, maybe a touch to left. Myself going way too far left. You kind of want to be in line, or just past and in line with that center tree to have the best angle to approach the green as a righty. Lefty though, this hole gets a little more complicated.
Yeah, and he pushes that about as far as you can go before you get into that little OB section there by the bridge.
Yeah, pretty ideal setup for Jason as a lefty.
It's not good, but it's safe.
But this is your second shot gap. If you have the power, you can go over the top to make it a little easier. This is why the tee shot landing is so important. I'm having to kind of throw a spike hyzer over the secondary gap, if you want to call it one. But not ideal.
Yeah, and this shot is definitely one that you need to have, 450 feet of power on a big hyzer line to actually, get it to the basket.
Mm-hmm. Jason's tee shot Yeah, using every inch of room he had, but he's inbounds and throwing a sweet flex forehand up the gut.
Scramble. That's gotta be a putt.
Yeah, that should give him a look.
Fight. Too clean. That's a V? Yep.
That is in fact out of bounds, Taylor. I will be long at the basket. He dove right into those blackberries. Both of us are just in jail here off to the left of the fairway. It's not out of bounds, but it is acting like one pretty much.
Yeah, certainly a natural OB. As Andrew gives his little Nova spinner look.
Jason. CTP.
Asking for it to sit. Looks like it did.
So I really need this. Can't afford any more bogeys after my slow start. This is for the par. Ooh. Sneak it in right side.
Yeah, great putt from 32 feet there, just inside the circle. Taylor tapping in his bogey after the unfortunate OB stroke.
You birdie hole 11 at Blue Lake, you know you're getting strokes. This is a really hard three.
So it cuts from like there to here, but it stops is my thing. It stops right here? Yes.
Yeah, hole 11, round 1, averaged almost a full half a stroke over par at 4.49. Only 3 birdies in hole 1 on hole 11 to get an idea of really how hard that hole is.
Right, hard holes continue. Hole 12, 400 feet. You got this pretty much double Mando out the tee. If you don't get out like that second row of trees, you're gonna advance to the short tee, which is the drop zone. Myself and Andrew are taking the forehand. I take it just to ensure I get out that gap. At 400 feet, that's kind of pushing my forehand range, so I'm kind of just conceding a par on this hole.
Yeah, this is definitely a power shot.
Yeah, Jason right up the middle with the backhand. You might have a birdie opportunity from there.
That's all you need, dude. Nice. There you go. Nice. That's all you need. Thank you.
A nice shot from Taylor there. Forehand, probably like an enforcer.
Yeah, not too much of a look there, but that'll be an easy par.
Looks like that orange disc right before the basket, I think is Jason's drive, so what a shot from him.
Yeah, you got that nice summertime skip. It slid probably 80 feet from when it hit the ground, but he throws with a lot of spin and a lot of power, so.
Yeah, another hole. If you birdie, you're getting some strokes, because even if you do clear that gap off the tee, a lot of times you land up here by the green and you just have a tricky putt. So,
yeah, this is a very guarded pin.
Huge birdie from Jason.
Andrew with a nice par cleanup there. You cleaning it up as well. We're going to have a few threes and one stellar birdie from Jason there for hole 12.
Through 12, Jason here down, putting together a nice round so far, but you are not done until you tap out hole 18 at Blue Lake. So you're headed into 13.
Yeah, 625 feet. OB in the long cut on the right, where you saw Jason go into there, as well as the blackberry bushes on the left.
Almost always a headwind on this hole as we are throwing towards the Columbia. Andrew there with a nice little turnover, basically just throw your straightest disc and hope that it doesn't flip. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, another shot that needs to be really precise. You can't put, there's not a lot of wiggle room on missing right or left. You need to be right in the middle if you want to set yourself up for a birdie.
Taylor doing a great job there, using the whole fairway.
Jason with a bit of an awkward lie.
Oh, wow. Not. Oh, stop. Not a bad result for that lie.
Yeah, I think that might even be circle one.
Yeah.
That's short. God.
Andrew.
I know.
Oh, I take responsibility for this. I told him, basically my play from this side of the fairway is to throw a nice hyzer, just like this, over those blackberry bushes, and when you dig into that hill on the left side of the basket, you should just sit. But Andrew misread my memo and went spike hyzer instead. So, sorry, Andrew.
Oh my God. Come on.
I'm a little annoyed there just because I get a little check skip at the end, but I'm only 20 feet past the basket for birdie.
Let's go, dude.
Yeah, and Andrew cashing in his par from deep.
I got you, Andrew. I'll grab you. You can go back.
Oh, nice par save from Andrew. He ignored my memo of going forehand approach layup there and just said, screw it. I'm going to throw it in from the bar.
The resistance disc slow-mo cam. Beautiful Nova shot there.
He's so good at those. It's crazy.
Yeah, maybe he'll give us some lessons someday. Oh, and a solid putt from Jason there, just off of the chains, little high.
Taylor in disbelief. Can't believe that one.
Yeah, a little confused there.
Oh, thank God. I'm able to connect there from 20. Yeah, those are never fun to miss when you put in all that work just to give yourself the birdie opportunity. But get 2 strokes back on Jason, kind of keep him from running away here down the stretch.
Yeah, this was a definitely a big hole, 2-stroke swing. As Jason will tap in his bogey.
Kind of the name of the game out at Blue Lake, the
Little flex.
yeah. 2-stroke swings can happen on any hole, so never out of it at Blue Lake, but kind of tightening up the scorecard here as we'll kick it off to our sponsors. Back at it here on 14. This is our second par 5 of the round.
It was so windy in our practice.
Pretty much, again, long cut is out of bounds, so you just want to stay in the shortcut. You got the 2 OB islands in the middle of the hole. You just got to avoid those. But from the tee pad, it's, I want to say, about 500 feet to the first OB line, so not really in play for a lot of us.
Yeah, you're just pretty much trying to get it out as far as you can, left of that big green tree or right of it, to give you a setup for another pretty much the exact same play as your shot into the basket to try to get an eagle look.
That was such a beautiful shot from Jason, just starting it off to the right, and it just kind of flipped over and held it the whole way.
Yeah, and he pushed that OB just like he needed it to on that first island.
So decision time here. We're probably a little over 500 feet from the pin. If you want to go for the 3, you have to carry over all these bushes, and the bushes are in the OB island, so you just can't touch them.
We'll see. It was too weird.
Yeah, any bush hit on this fairway pretty much automatically results in an OB penalty.
So Andrew went for it. Taylor laid up. I need to go for it here.
Oh no!
And man, I just don't get the height at all. And like you say, too low, hit a bush, and I am out of bounds. So another just really bad unforced error. Jason throwing pretty much from the island. Pure hyzer, and he's gonna have a look for 3. Great shot.
Oh, one time. That long trip.
Taylor pitching up for the 4. Here I am pitching up for the 5.
Oh my God,
Ugh.
Trey.
Definitely feels like a bogey when you take a 5 on this hole.
Yeah, it does. Especially when, you know, for your big arms, you're really looking for a 3 on this hole.
Andrew gave it a little half go there for the eagle. Here's Jason. What, just outside the circle? Maybe
Yeah, it looks
35?
like about 36 feet, 35 feet.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
One of those putts
you
that
really want
could have
that to
caught.
catch.
Yeah.
These baskets out here are actually the 24 chain assembly, not the 28 chain, so you definitely can see a little bit of those bounce outs on the right and left side, not having those 4 extra chains that the standard baskets have now.
Taylor and Andrew clean up their birdies. I mean, Taylor laid up from his second shot, and you know, had 25 feet left for birdie. So,
Yeah, this is another one of those holes that on the Pro Tour they call it a par 4 instead of a par 5 for those elite distance throwers.
I think this one should be a 4 for the Pro Tour. Hole 1, I guess you could argue. Like I said, that 5, it's only a par, but it definitely stings like a bogey as everybody else gets a stroke with their birdies.
Yeah, hole 15, another tough par 4, 750 feet. OB on the right and the left. Pretty much going to just see big hyzers here, trying to play it out to the middle, maybe try to push it a little bit up to that path, up to that tree that you see in the middle of the fairway. The basket is another, I don't know, 300 to 350 feet from the big tree in the middle there that Jason just landed by over to the left.
Yeah, that was a crush. To get to that tree, at least 450. Andrew just needs this to move left, and it looks like, oh, nope. Blackberry swallowed him.
Yeah.
He's stable for what's good.
It was flexing out nicely.
I need some skips, and man, we'll see if I have a lie from there. Personally, I like to be short of the road and more left of that tree. Kind of gives you the angle to cut the corner on the approach shot.
Yeah, Taylor really just playing the layup shot there, not going for the birdie.
Throws through the trip. That's fine. Sit.
Andrew trips up a little bit, but good shot right in the middle.
Yep, man, like I said, I think one or two of those extra skips I got on the end of my drive put me in a spot to where I really didn't have an option to attack the green. So pitch up for the 4. Jason, though, nicely executed forehand. Give him a chance.
Yeah. Jason should have a look depending on where that skip to. Everybody else pretty much just laying up, playing for their par here.
Hole 15, though, not a par you are upset about taking. This hole can get pretty nasty quick if you are off the mark on the tee. Oh, speaking of nasty.
Yeah, wow. He's had a few of those this round that have hit a lot of chains and just not stayed in. That is rough. And 15 in that first round, there was only one birdie in the first round carded, and that was Jesse Bickley. The whole averaged 4.65 that first round. So this is another one of those holes on the back 9 that if you birdie, you're getting strokes on the rest of the field, and if you par it, you're really not too upset about it.
Yeah, could toss Jason's name in that birdie club, but maybe that 24 chain assembly kind of let him squeak through that gap in the chains.
We'll give Jason the 3.5 there.
Ends up just being a par frame. Oh no, that's right. Andrew out of bounds off the tee. Only threw 4 shots, but we'll take the 5. But coming down the stretch here, Jason Hardin in a good position. 8 down with a couple holes left. 16. Another tough par 4 to birdie. Plays 850 and all of it. So tee shot for righties. Taylor wanted to start that off a little more right as he is flying kind of into these 2 nasty bushes on the left side of this fairway.
Yeah, if you get in those left bushes that Taylor's kind of flirting with over there, you're definitely not looking for a birdie. You want to get just past them, just like what Jason did there.
Another textbook drive from Jason, making it look so easy. Really trusting his discs over all the OB. I'm trying to do the same. This is leaking left. I need it to just sit. That's not terrible. But as for right-handers, the further the basket is all the way in those big trees off to the right. So the further left we get on this tee shot, the more ground we have to cover.
Yeah, but where you and Chris are at, you guys definitely have a clean look on the line towards the basket. Oh, as Taylor rips this one over just a bit there.
It's the safe
Gets
call.
over everything.
Wow. Yeah, he's way over there by our last tee pad, but safe and in bounds is what you're looking for at Blue Lake.
Jason with a nice flip up. Looks like he got in the gap.
Thunderbird, man. That's a rip for a Thunderbird. Yeah, the basket is in the gap in these trees up there that you see. Andrew, if that flips. Oh, it's close.
Oh.
Hopefully that got over. Yeah, looks like he stayed in bounds. Look, the OB stops at the tall grass, so where I'm throwing and I kind of enter those tree branches, I'm now safe virtually no matter where I end up.
Yeah, and that's definitely the play on this. If you're not close enough to just play the straight shot, play it into those right trees, and those leaves and branches are all small enough that you generally kick through and have some sort of look for a putt.
A little long.
A little long from Taylor.
And Jason from circle 2.
Get there.
Oh, it's just a little low.
Just hunting the basket though on those birdie putts. They look good. Good try there from Taylor to save the par. I think this is where I ended up. Like you said, kind of fight through that initial tree line. Pin high, 25, 30 feet. But I remember having a clean look.
Yeah, and just one leaf on that putt through and right in the heart for a good solid birdie there.
Yeah. Makes up for at least one of my drop shots on the easier holes for sure.
It was an unfortunate skip.
A birdie on either 15 or 16 is going to give you strokes.
Yeah, one birdie, one bogey from Taylor, dropping a shot there. You and Andrew battling out at 6, Jason at 8 down, and Taylor dropping one and is at 5 down through 16. Moving into what I would say the hardest hole on the course, another par 5. Not a lot of OB on this hole, just a very, very tight fairway, and you look to be about in the prime position there.
Yeah, that was ideal. Flexing through the gap. This tee shot, you really just kind of want to bite off as much as you can, as well as stay as straight as you can. But in my opinion, the right side is more forgiving than the left. So.
Oh, and Andrew's powering it into the ground.
Yeah, miss release. This is usually the time in the round too where I start to feel a little fatigue. It's probably about 3.5 hours into our round at this point. We're still throwing as hard as we can.
Yeah, there's not really any holes that you can take a second to breathe here at Blue Lake on the back 9.
No way. Well, Andrew from the middle. I don't know if he can birdie from there. It's still a long ways away. Ooh.
Standstill backhand roller. Taylor's really good at those, and he just catches a tree.
Yeah, I like the angle that came out of his hand. Jason getting aggressive, just a little low, but does a good job of fighting through.
Yeah, just miss everything. Ugh.
Unfortunate.
Yeah.
Really.
But from where you're at there, you're down far enough the fairway that you'll still have a chance to get a birdie on this hole.
Yeah, anything past that tree I hit into is phenomenal. I think anything past that tree into, you're gonna birdie most of the time.
Nope.
Either the tournament staff or the park staff also did a great job of cleaning up. All that brush you see on the ground was about 2 to 3 feet taller before this tournament, so helps us get a little bit more distance in our shots, which is very helpful for a hole like this.
Oh, and that was a really pretty line from Jason there.
Yeah, I think that was just a zone from Jason. I'm going with that zone as well.
Needs to sit. Yep, you'll have a look for your birdie.
Second roller on the hole for Taylor is a long putt to try and save the par.
Yeah, if you get off the fairway on this hole, you're usually throwing some kind of roller.
Oh, Andrew punted that second throw-in of the round with that Nova.
Yeah, scaring the chains there. Oh.
Great looking effort from Taylor there. That was silky smooth.
Yeah, and Taylor says that he's been watching Andrew do that the whole round. He needs to try that too.
Jason for birdie. Oh, man. Halfway down. Gets that little cage ramp out of the bucket. So, another opportunity to get a stroke for me. And that's a couple nice birdies back to back after a frustrating round.
Yeah, 17 is a great one to get, especially if you get 16 right before it. It's Jason for his par.
Dang. A 3-putt from Jason. Opening the door for me. Still got, of course, the second round to go the next day, so a lot of golf left in this tournament.
Yeah, and Taylor and Andrew both tapping in their pars after a couple of really great runs for their birdie from outside, 60, 70 feet.
So maybe Jason's first bogey of the round. Unfortunate to get it so late in the Blue Lake round, but I secured that birdie and tie it up at 7 down. After all that, tied up going into our last hole of the opening round, 18. Probably the easiest par 4 on the back 9. It's pretty straightforward as a righty. You are throwing straight and just hoping your disc hyzer's left at the end to give you a nice shot into the green. But
yeah, for your right-handed backhand player, pretty much just a power hyzer. We'll see, as Andrew goes out of bounds, we'll see what Jason decides to do here as the lefty on the dogleg left hole. If he elects to go forehand or turnover. Taylor's shot looks to be good around the corner. It's like Jason's lining up a forehand here.
It's so low. Get off it, get off it, get off it.
It's a little air bounce.
okay, so Andrew went early out of bounds, which as a righty is a disaster. Because he really just doesn't have a play to save par. I mean, even from there, he's going to be working for the bogey. Jason,
yeah, and he
though,
took all the room that he could get there.
Jason, though, out of position or not, as he just laces the backhand buzz right under the bucket.
Yeah, that is a beautiful shot from your resistance to slow-mo cam. Throwing the best mid-range in the game, the Discraft Buzz. Park job.
Impressive shot. That low ceiling definitely gets in your head here. I'm dealing with it as well. I don't commit as well as Jason does, and man, I go slip out of bounds to the left. Not how you want to finish the round.
No, and Taylor. Oh. Yeah, so 3 out of bounds strokes here on hole 18 from our card.
Blue Lake is never over until you have finished tapping out this hole.
One time. Oh. Off the cage. And from circle's edge here to save a par.
Great catch.
little bit of a sour taste in your mouth after, you know, birdieing 16 and 17 and then having a little bit of an errant shot on 18 to, you know, decent round, but definitely not what you're looking for.
Just too many mistakes from me. Definitely need to clean it up for the final round. Taylor, though, not happy with that effort. He prides himself on being a good distance putter, so.
Yeah, it's a tough way to finish your round, but there's another day tomorrow, and we'll all be there.
Solid finish from Jason, bouncing back from that bogey on 17. And we finish at 8 down. The lead with the outright lead over myself at 7. Andrew and Taylor slide a bit back there with the bogeys.
Yeah, tight battle coming into tomorrow. Myself shooting a 6 down that round, as well as James Hafer and Daniel Kitchens. Looks like our lead card tomorrow will be Jason, you, me, and James Hafer. We'll see you on the next one.
Hey guys, Collin here with CH Sports. I just wanted to give a huge shout out to my coverage sponsors. These videos would not be able to come to life without these people's help, so I really appreciate it. There's plans starting as low as $3 a month, and every single dollar helps grow the channel. If you would like to see your name or business listed in the credits of every single one of my videos, please head over to patreon.com/chsports.